your business needs to fail. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Brink. You're joining a group of entrepreneurs, brand makers, business owners, decision makers, power brokers, and risk takers, where we discuss business and marketing issues with insightful solutions. This is the Brink with your hosts, Russell Sails and George Cartwright, reminding you that your business is either on the brink of extinction or distinction. Welcome. What's up?
What's up, G?
What's up, man?
How are you?
Good?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing real good on this Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday.
That's what's up.
On
Yes,
day
sir.
number, I don't know what's this day is of the COVID-19 lockdown, but we hang in there.
Yeah, I'm hanging in here. I cannot complain. I'm doing good. It's good to see you again.
Same here, man. And thanks to everybody who is joining us at The Brink, your lunchtime podcast, where today George and I, and maybe some of you may want to jump on either with your questions in the chat window, or we can actually bring you on at some point. We'll be talking about why we think your business not should, not might, but it needs to fail. Before it can.
That sounds like I don't want to talk to you no more. So you have to make this good for me. Tell me something good.
Why does why must it fail?
Yes. Why must I fail before I can succeed? Why must somebody die for me before I can live forever? Oh, wait a minute. That's something else.
Different product. Actually, we kind of joke about it. It's a little bit provocative, but we're mindful that lots of small businesses indeed have gone out of business. They do every year, but it seems like because of what this pandemic that we're in, that lots of small businesses are going away and not coming back. They're going straight out of business. So, and there's many different reasons why that happened. In terms of a pandemic, it hit everybody, caught everybody off guard. People were not prepared, especially those whose primary products and services they do in person. And so with the big shift toward digital, it's making it very challenging. But although we're talking about failing, we're not talking about going out of business. So it is a play on words. And you've lifted weights every now and then, haven't you, G?
I have 30 years ago. No, I do work out. Absolutely.
I work out, And if we ever wanted to get,
I don't quite like as much pain as I used to be able to stand. So, let's hear the analogy to working out.
So, this failure, it's more akin to, if you wanted to get huge, if you and I and anybody else wanted to get really massive, you've got to adapt to a program of muscle failure. So instead of just going in a gym and hitting your usual, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, your muscles are used to that. Your body is used to that. And if you're used to doing, 5 reps, 7 reps, 10 reps, your body gets used to that. And what it gets used to, it can no longer grow from. And so if you really want to get massive, get well defined, you need to lift to muscle failure. And that means when you maxed out, you can't lift anymore. You've pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone and beyond. Then the muscles can break down. Then you go at it, you get a little rest period. You go back and you build more. You add the nutrition element to it, and you get bigger, you get more defined. So we're looking at your business failing, not as in going straight out of business, but as in maximizing, leveraging what you have. How do you grow except you push yourself? So that we're kind. We're not mean-spirited folks here at the Brink. We don't want you to go away. We want you to go beyond.
So tell us how. What are some of those business muscles that they need to be flexing?
Well, let's take a step back
All right.
before they do that and look at some of the reasons why um, businesses, small businesses in particular, go out of business in the first place.
Okay.
Traditionally, outside of a COVID-19, most small businesses go out for, we'll pick top four reasons. One is not enough cash or capital.
Mm-hmm.
The other is they have inadequate management team in place. The other is they may have a faulty business structure or a business plan. And lastly, having unsuccessful marketing initiatives. Any one of those things usually will sink you. And if you have all of them, then it's going to be really difficult to survive after your honeymoon year, 2 years being in business.
Once you burn through your capital. Okay, so then let's take it one by one. You don't have enough cash. Most businesses suffer at some point through whether or not they actually have enough money, right? Some businesses, they have a cycle of taking out small loans to meet payroll because they have accounts receivable that are coming in, so we're not necessarily talking about failing like that. But once your debts are more than what your receivables are going to be for a sustained period of time, then you probably have to close it. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. And, folks, if they're bootstrapping their business, they're going to use their savings. Some people dip into their 401k, which nowadays is probably not a lot anyway. Some folks borrow from friends and family. There's a number of new, within the last 5 to 10 years, new lending options for the entrepreneur that have popped up, which makes it relatively easier to get a loan from as small as 25 grand up to some of them $500,000, $1 million. Places like Cabbage, Funding Circle, Fundbox, On Deck, and I'm not getting paid to say those names, but there are some resources out there. So you can either avail yourself of those things if you're running into cash problems. But I dare say cash by itself is not the issue.
Okay.
You get to your other points that we're talking about, that's when those areas begin to drain your cash.
What about also in this COVID period? The Small Business SBA has some emergency funding for small businesses and entrepreneurs. So disaster funding. So they should avail themselves of that. Most certainly, in this time. How do you come back after that with a plan? Because this time gives you some things, some time to plan so that your business can still thrive and survive on the other side of this. So in this instance, I would encourage small businesses to seek funding from the Small Business Administration just to stay viable on the other side of this. But prior to that, there's some things that you need to do, that you need to be doing differently, that you need to have in place so you can definitely thrive on the other side.
Right. I would say as you're looking for resources like the SBA, your local chambers, if you're not a member, now's the time to be a member, and they may have resources too on funding for your area that might be different from federal funds made available. So there's lots of resources there, and I think that leads into the other point of why businesses go out of business, and that's having an inadequate management team around you. So not having the right people at the table. It's often that, so some folks are wondering what page we're on, getting emails. It's often that folks go into business with friends or family and have not properly evaluated the different skills that each person brings to the table or what folks bring to the table. And you may have a table full of leaders or people at your decision making table who are only ultimately are yes people.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think about having folks who are of the same mindset?
I don't think that is a recipe for long-term success. Ultimately, you have to have. I have said it. I said it this way: you have to have somebody that ultimately, fundamentally disagrees with you, that will tell you the way that it is. Not that they disagree with your direction that you want to go, with your ultimate goals and that kind of thing, but they need to be able to say, this ain't the right thing to do. Like, we should be doing something else, or this is a way to do this better. And if you don't have those people around you that will ultimately tell you the truth, come what may, then your business, you don't have the right people around you, right? And I remember, like, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room, right? This is your business. It is what it is. Yes, absolutely. But you need absolute smart people around you that are professionals in their discipline, that are subject matter experts in what it is that they do, and you want the absolute positive, most valuable information, even if that goes counter to what what you think that you should be doing. Like, so.
Well, and if they're at that table, and if you believe that, they um, bring in a level of expertise that is required, then there's a level of trust,
Right,
that's required. So that's helpful. Um, I think the other element or reason why folks go out of business is not having the proper infrastructure,
okay.
a right business plan. How necessary back when we were much younger, going into business, coming out of undergrad and everything, the business plan was like the Bible. You had to have,
Yeah,
it was always massive.
yeah, absolutely. Executive summary, and then all this other stuff. 10-page executive summary, not just executive summary. But I think today in 2020, we have come to the place where we have said that we can scale it down, right? You can have a one-page business plan that says everything that you need it to say, in terms of having and then that keeps it in a place where it's manageable, where you can go back and revisit it, and you can refer to it, and know where you are in your goals. If you lay out a 3-year goal, hey, this is my goal. I have a sales goal of making $1 million a year, and that's 100,000 widgets a month. Right, that's
Mm-hmm.
your 3-year goal. Now, what do you need to do in 1 year to get there in 3 years? Obviously, I wouldn't say that it's 1/3 of your goal. Maybe you get to 150,000 widgets a month. But what does it look like to get there, to do that in 1 year, to get that place? And then you break it down by quarters. What do I need to do in a quarter to get there? And then what do I need to do this month? And then what do I need to be doing this week? And then today, right? And if you do that, you can kind of lay that out in a one-page plan. These are my overall goals. And you can break that down to, hey, this is what I need to be doing today to get out to my 3-year goal, and refer back to your business plan and do that. So it doesn't have to be this long document. You can scale that down to one page. But you need something that says, I've thought about what it is that we're doing. I thought about where we're going and the direction that I want to be headed in. Here are my targets that are financial and otherwise, that I can measure them. And now I can judge myself and judge our business based on that direction, those goals, and where we are in relation to them.
Right. Good stuff. One other reason that people go out of business is that they don't have an adequate or they have unsuccessful marketing plans.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a plan at all. I would dare say they have marketing activities or marketing initiatives. Uh, they advertise. They tried to get the word out. Um, you know, when you think about that, and that's marketing and sales is what helped to drive growth. What comes to your mind when you consider um, the types of traditional activities businesses use that often prove unsuccessful and lead to businesses no longer being around?
Well, before we get to that, let's get to this. No, I think people, businesses typically do what they know to do, right? So if you are a restaurant and and you are used to giving out menus, a Chinese restaurant, and they put menus on your door and they put them on the cars and parking lots, and they typically do those kinds of things because that is what they know to do, and that is in their marketing plan.
Mm-hmm.
I dare say that you probably need to look at some other ways to do some marketing in 2020. Like, you absolutely positively have to say, look around and find other things to do. There are a ton of them that are more measurable, that have a higher return on investment, and are less labor intensive.
Then handing out flyers and
going
and I would think another more traditional thing that folks do, it was, and I guess I'm thinking of folks, you have to have it, quote unquote, have a website.
Yeah.
And so folks throw up a website. I'm in business. This means I'm in business. Go to my website. They put it on a card. We're proud, not realizing it, back, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that was an achievement and it was necessary.
Right.
But in this day and age, to have a static website, you're probably in your comfort zone and thus not growing from that way. And what would you say to what's wrong with having a website or a static website expecting exponential growth?
So first you start with what do I offer, right? What am I offering? If you have a product that you offer as a physical or digital product, either one, and you want to sell that in a store, Shopify, and they do millions of dollars. That's absolutely one way that people do it. But there are other ways nowadays in terms of selling it in a funnel where you can walk a potential client through a step-by-step process in a funnel that says, hey, here are the products. You understand your product offerings, what people are looking for. You present that to them. This is what you need. In addition to that, you present that to them, and then they can make an informed decision based on these things. So, and there are tools out there that will walk people through this funnel through to a buying decision, where a static website, typically you just come, it's just information. Hey, you can buy it or not, and whatever, you come and leave. We don't know who you are. We don't say hi to you. We haven't shook your hand. Like those typical things that a traditional website does, they don't work anymore, and people definitely want something that is a little more targeted, a little more structured, and it is better for your business than just a traditional website, to have a funnel than a traditional website.
Well, with the advent of social media, a lot of businesses were quick to jump on that, and everybody's on social media. Which is great for advertisers,
Right.
Getting the word out, staying in contact with friends. But as businesses, I think that comfort zone, staying with what you know, and thus not pushing yourself to grow, may look like you're not really understanding how to leverage your presence on social media and what it actually does to help grow your business. What would you say to someone who's saying, "Yeah, I'm out there. I have a business page on Facebook. I'm
Yay.
good, right?"
Good for you. No, so you have to have some. What is the purpose for your business page? Where are you trying to take them? Right? Where are they going when your a customer interacts with you? What is your expectation for them? And then how? And then what is their expectation of you, and how are you meeting both of those things? Right? Your expectation for them is you want to engage with them closer. If you have a good product, they want to engage with you closer. They want what you have. They're coming there to see what you have. Make it easy for them to get it. Like how quickly do you respond to them if they have a comment or question about your offering or your product? How easy is it for them to get in touch with you? You know, we live in the microwave. I don't even think it's microwave anymore, like the instant generation. I can send somebody a text and I can expect something back. I can talk to brands, big brands. I can send them a tweet and somebody's responding back to me. We're sorry, for your flight, whatever it is. And so people, if in your business you don't have that level of service, then people are going to find someplace else to go and somewhere else to spend their money where they feel like, well, if I have a question, if I have a comment, if my shipment is late, somebody's going to get back to me and I can say what I need to say. Somebody's going to respond and I can interact and dialogue with this brand. So it's important to have those things. It's important to have a social media plan and to be interacting with your clients at that level, your customers. There as well, because that's where they are. They are there.
Absolutely. So, using an analogy for those of us of you who may be joining the conversation a little late, where yes, we want your business to fail, but not in the sense of go out of business. Think of it more in line with building muscles. In order to gain mass and definition, you have to often work out to muscle failure. And the same is true for our businesses. We need to push the right buttons in the right way, come out of our comfort zone.
Come out of our comfort zone and technology. We just lost Russell, but we need to. Russell was just saying that we're not suggesting that your business needs to fail, that you have to press your business in a way that allows your business to grow, and that as your business grows, as it reaches its muscle failure, that it will grow. That's the only way to grow. Welcome back, Russ. That's the only way to grow your business, is that to make sure that you are working it to the place that you are exercising it enough so that growth happens.
Absolutely. So using that, with that in mind, and say you want to come out from lifting your usual 20-pound weights, you want to actually challenge yourself. In a business sense, what does it look like when you put more weights on a rack? How can you, what are business leaders, those of us who are on this call, what are we doing to put more weights on the rack to help our businesses to get better, to thrive, to grow? I'll throw one suggestion, and it's actually first admitting that you don't know everything, and you can actually learn, and availing yourself of opportunities to learn, i.e., this lunch and learn, this discussion.
Right.
But are there other resources that leaders could avail themselves of to help them in those specific areas we talked about before?
Oh, absolutely. Online learning is a multi-billion-dollar a year business where there are people that have courses that will teach you anything, everything that you need to know. Like you can get a master's degree in just about anything, almost from YouTube, right? So, some places, YouTube University, right? That's what they call it. So there are fewer and fewer excuses for not knowing something or not knowing how to do something. If you don't know how to run Facebook ads, you can learn how to run Facebook ads. If you don't have any ideas for marketing your business, your particular type of business, you can learn. If you don't know what a funnel is, you can go out and look at somebody's funnel, go through it, buy their products, see what they're doing. Those are things that you can do today to kind of exercise those muscles, to flex them, to grow, in the areas that you don't have expertise in. And by all means, you can always hire somebody. Like go and get that man right over there.
Absolutely.
Marketing stuff for you. Yeah. So.
Well, and some people may look to do that, and they want to stretch themselves, especially in marketing, because that's one of the reasons why a lot of businesses go out of business. But a lot of folks don't have dedicated funds for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that surprise you?
It does not surprise me. That is a reality. It surprises me that they don't, right? Today, it's like, how do you expect to grow your business if you have not set aside some dollars for marketing it? And it is, again, it doesn't require a whole lot today. We used to think that in order to market my business, I needed to be on television. Like that was the pinnacle of the marketing. I have a television ad and I could put it out there, or I have a infomercial and I could put it out there. Well, today, people have televisions in their pocket. What amounts to a television, they put it in their pocket. And so if you are producing content, if you are, if you want to record a commercial, and I'm sure you've seen them with people recording it with their cell phone, walking around, and it becomes a advertising, and then you can do it for $30 or $40, $50. Like, it doesn't require a whole lot of money. It requires some effort. It requires for you to understand you can, be burning that money, but if you have gotten an understanding, or if you have somebody that knows it, that can and will help you to do that, then there is a return on your investment. It's not a cost; it is an investment.
I would say that, and I agree. There are folks out there like me who, may never really love to run and jump into something. They want to kind of seek it out and investigate their options, see how has it worked for other people.
Mm-hmm.
And there are more than a few ways to do that as well in this day and age, in a sense of engaging more with your peers online. Right. You can do that through different groups, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, lots of other different options.
Right.
To get out of your comfort zone and see what's worked for other people, maybe other companies that are similar to yours.
You absolutely can. You have to be learning from them. What are people doing? Like today, we have multiple examples, right? And so you can do what others are doing. If they're doing it successfully, then go and figure out what it is that they're doing. Model that. Model success, and you are likely to be successful.
Absolutely. And the other point you alluded to earlier is bringing in professionals. If you're not an accountant and you have the software and whatever, bring in a CPA, or hire one, a lawyer, a professional marketer. But I would even advise, and what do you think, before you, especially with marketing, get some understanding yourself about what it is you don't know. I mean, if you've already begin to get in these groups, and you have done lunch and learns and online training, why do you think someone would still want to hire a professional at that point?
Oftentimes, business owners are busy doing what they do, right? So they are making the widgets, and they need somebody that can focus on doing what they do. A marketing person can focus on helping you to grow your business while you focus on making the widgets. And that is, it's more beneficial. I think, we have come to understand what our time is worth, and like what a return on that is. Like, back in the day, I used to wash my car because I didn't have no money to wash the car, but now, I like to take it to the car wash because it's cheaper for me to do that. They're going to do a better job. It's what they do, so let them wash my car. Oftentimes, as business owners, we don't want to pay somebody to do what it is that they do because we think we can do it cheaper, or we waste our time. But it is absolutely positively more beneficial to you if you don't have the time and you don't have the expertise to hire someone that knows what they're doing and that can focus on that while you focus on growing your business. Because if everything is right, if your digital ecosystem is right and they are marketing right, you are going to have an increase in business. And that increase in business, truth be told, can sink you. If your digital ecosystem is not right, if this new spotlight that you have on you shows some holes in your business, if your supply chain is not ready to handle it, it can absolutely positively sink you. If your customer support ain't ready, then somebody's, hey, I ordered this 5 weeks ago and I still ain't got my product. Those reviews will absolutely positively sink you. So you focus on your business, that people focus on what it is that they do, but having your digital ecosystem in place, locked up, you work in it, then you are your business is destined to grow.
That's awesome. I would dare say if the professionals you're hiring are doing only exactly what you asked of them to do, then you might want to double check the people that you have around you as well.
Right.
Because, like we said earlier, you need someone to keep your ideas in check or in balance to make sure, somebody who's going to say, no, here's a better way. Or they may be great ideas and they say, let's expand on that. So they should bring something else to the table other than, what your vision is right there. You may have a fantastic vision, but it takes the right people at the table to help get it to the limits that I'm sure you want to exceed.
Absolutely. And if you want to see how your business is doing and get a look at it, diversity definitely helps, Don. Diversity is what is required for businesses to grow today. The businesses that are not, I was about to say vanilla, but I won't. The businesses that are more diverse have more, a wider variety of information and talent and knowledge and perspective, and that helps them to grow. So absolutely, diversity is part of business's strength that leads to growth. But if you want to see how your business is doing, you can go to onthebrinkmarketinggroup.com/snapshot and get a snapshot of your online business or your brick and mortar business. It's going to give you at least 5 things about your business: your listings, your web presence, your social media, your advertising. If you're doing any advertising, it's going to analyze that and give you a grade and a score. Don't be shocked about what it says, because they can all be increased. Your grades can all be increased with some professional help and attention from you. So I'd like to encourage people to do that. You can do it for free. It is free, and for a limited time, you can have access to the tools that help you to do that. Get in touch with us.
Cool.
Anything else you want to say?
Good discussions. Any questions out there? Anybody want to jump in chat and throw us a question? If we don't answer it today, we definitely will on our next episode.
What's our next episode about, Russ?
Oh, let me see. What is our next episode about, George?
Tomorrow. All this week, we're talking about how to grow your business, not to be afraid during these times. Like, this is a way for business owners to and businesses to come to the forefront. The cream rises to the top when there's a little bit of shaking, right? So we are encouraging business leaders to step up. There's a vacuum of leadership, not just in the U.S., but in business. Sorry.
Yeah. There's a vacuum everywhere, except for the folks on this line.
That's right. So we need you to step up.
You guys are gonna love tomorrow's episode. We'll be talking about the blessings of COVID-19 on your business.
There's some blessings in this. This is a blessing in disguise. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
And it's probably not so much in disguise. It's probably right there in front of us.
Right there in front of us. All right.
Let's dig into it. We wish nothing but success for you and for your enterprise and for the people that you serve through the products and services. And that's why we do this. We want to help you in the best way that we can with the talent, skills, and experience that we have.
All right. We'll see you. Go around next time. Boom.
Do you feel like your online reputation is out of your control? Do you know what people are saying about you online? Are you able to keep up with social media and the conversation going on about you? To grow your business, you need to be found everywhere across the internet. Search engines, directories, social media, not to mention a mobile presence. But getting started can be overwhelming. That's where we come in. We have the complete digital solution to help any business owner. Find out where you're listed online and make sure those listings are accurate. See what customers are saying about you and respond easily. Receive actionable reports and notifications of changes to your listings as well as new reviews. Keep an eye on the competition and monitor what others in your industry are doing. Stay on top of social media by posting relevant content, scheduling campaigns, and responding to potential customers. We offer all this and much more. With our platform, search engines can find you, which means customers can too. Generate new business and build customer loyalty while boosting your SEO. See what's being said about you online and become part of that conversation. We are dedicated to making things easier so you have time to run your business and live your life. Take control of your virtual doorway. Give us a call today